What's really awesome about this light is that you can go through and create these effects on your own. All right, people, we're just gonna get right into it. I'm Garrett, this is Making Movies, and today I am so excited because it's finally here. This is something that I am so unbelievably excited for. Let's just open it up. Here we are. These are the barn doors, extra screws. This is the Colorspike. Looks like we've got some diffusion, some mounting, AC plug and power. This is a pretty decent bag. The zippers aren't super strong, but they're not weak either. I'd be careful with them, but I don't think that you're in any danger of them breaking on you. Fairly decent padding all throughout the bag, so it should do a pretty good job of protecting your light. This is what I'm so excited about. This is the actual Colorspike. It looks like this guy comes off. Okay, yeah. This is the Colorspike. You can see here that it is a 3-row LED light. This is a full metal construction. It feels super, super solid. This does not in any way feel cheap. It has a diffusion panel built in here. It looks like it comes with additional diffusion, so nobody touches the actual diodes. This whole thing works on this speed rail system. So you can see here that these mounting accessories and presumably the barn doors will work by, sliding it in and then tightening this down. It looks like it has a speed rail on both sides, so you can mount things on the top and the bottom. I actually don't know if it's called a speed rail. Either way, it's got this cool rail system here that things slide in and out of. Now, one thing I will say that I find kind of odd is that if you order the Colorspike, this is what you get. You get the AC power. I don't know if this is with it, but it might be. But it's just the light. You don't get the barn doors and you don't get any of the mounting options, which I find kind of weird because if you just have this light with no mounting options or barn doors, it really kind of cripples the light. It's not that crazy expensive to get the addition. I think for both the barn doors and the mounting solution, it's an extra $40. That said, I don't know why it's not just included with the light, because to me, that's pretty core functionality with the light. That said though, you don't have to have this plugged in. One of the things that's really cool about this light is that it has an internal battery. I'll be interested to see how long this battery lasts, but it is cool that it has an internal battery so you can make a portable light on the go in addition to charging it with the AC or running it off of AC, depending on what you want to do. When we turn it on here, we've got this great LED display here in the background. It has Bluetooth connectivity because there is an app that comes with this, which is great. But even here on the back of my light, I have the option to go through all of my menus and change things as I want to. This light is a bicolor light and a fully adjustable light at that. So you have the option to adjust your entire Kelvin spectrum. So if you're shooting in a tungsten environment or mixed light or daylight, you can adjust this light to whatever those parameters are. The other cool thing about this light is that it is a full spectrum RGB light. But the reason why I think this light is so cool and what makes me so excited about this light is that it is a bespoke light, animated light that you can control or give effects to make it behave the way that you can't just get traditional lighting to work. Let's test this thing. So this app works via Bluetooth, so I can wirelessly connect my phone to this light, and if I have multiple lights, which I do, it can actually trigger all of them. So you can control all of the lights at the exact same time in different groups if you want to create different lighting effects across multiple lights, which is awesome. If we open up the Colorspike app here, you'll see here that it shows the 4 lights that I have, but it shows that this one here is available. So if I push connect, it will connect to this light. I want to turn off the other lights so that way we can really kind of see and process these effects. Pew! Just like that. Turn off this. You can see here that I can dim this thing down pretty low all the way up to something that's significantly brighter. If I wanted to, for instance, make the light blue, I could do that. I can also fully adjust what color I want these lights to be. But let's say that we don't just want to do colors. This is where we start to get into what is called bespoke lighting. Bespoke lighting is lighting that is automated to give us an effect. So this one's called alert pulse. So as you can see here, if I wanted to have an off-camera siren going off, or an emergency situation, Hunt for Red October style, this is a really cool setting for that. And again, I can adjust the speed and the intensity and the brightness and all of that. This one's called fireplace. So this one works really, really well if you're trying to give this illusion of candle flicker or light flicker that's coming from a fire source. Or they actually have one called candle here, which is a little bit more subdued and singularly focused. Let's say that you have a sequence where somebody's being pulled over and you don't want to rent a cop car. So now all of a sudden here off camera, you can create this effect that makes it look believable, like there is a police car. Then this one, of course, is just flashing back and forth between the two. And what's really awesome about this light is that you can go through and create these effects on your own. You don't have to use any sort of preset one if you don't want to. So like down in the bottom, I made my own fire test where I wanted it to be a little more sparse, something that like had a little more variation than the one that they pre-made. And if I move this light, you can see how that effect would make it really cool and really believable to have an off-camera animated light. Another one that I really like, this one is super, super subtle. Just a little tiny bit of light flicker, but the light coming in is blue. So if you wanted to do a noir style light setup like this, the barn doors are perfect for kind of closing that in. And then this light flicker that's coming in, just this really subtle blue shimmer that's happening, makes a really believable kind of rain film noir style sequence. I'm gonna turn my lights back on there. This thing makes doing complex lighting scenarios so unbelievably easy. Because I backed it on Kickstarter, I got it at a discounted rate. I think that the retail price of these now, or the MSRP of these now, is $450 American, plus the $40 if you want to do the mounting kit and the barn doors. This light is still a really, really good investment in my opinion, not only because you have the full spectrum RGB and you have the daylight or tungsten balanced Kelvin white light, but the bespoke lighting, the ability to create lighting effects, off-camera lighting effects, are what make this absolutely unbelievable. Is it perfect? No, not yet. But everything that I want to tweak about this light can be tweaked in the firmware. You can do things like light stacking or effect stacking, to where like if you wanted something to be raining and then thunder to hit on a cue and then go back to that rain sequence, you could be able to stack those things up and then trigger them at will. Those kind of things would be super cool to see in this light moving forward. But overall, I'm super, super impressed with this thing. If you want to get your hands on one of these, there's a link down below to buy that from them. But you're going to see a lot of really cool stuff from me using these lights, creating those effects, and having another layer of storytelling ability through light. If you thought this was interesting, give this video a like. If you want to see more stuff like this, hit subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next episode.